weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophy. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, killing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on GorillaCross.com. Streaming live on the app, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We are everywhere. I'm your host, Quan59, and we have another dope show for you today, man. A lot of NFL to talk about. A lot going on in the sports world, college sports, Major League Baseball, even tennis. We're going to talk a little bit of tennis today as well here on the show. And once again, got my man just in time, Josh Williams, wearing his AAA affiliate baseball jersey.
Listen, all right? Just because the Cubs are trash right now does not mean they were always trash. We are known as the lovable losers, so maybe we have always been trash, but they just decided to just punt the rest of the year, so
it's all good, man.
I didn't feel like digging. I was literally going to dig out a football jersey, but I realized it was under way too much clothes, so.
Really?
I got bins. Like,
I mean, but
I turn over the closet, so, and like when I rushed home, it wasn't time to get that situated. So, Cubs it was.
But it's time. It's football season, week one. You should.
I should have been prepared.
I was wearing my Kittle yesterday.
Should have been prepared.
I was doing good, man.
I should have been prepared. I was not.
You weren't prepared.
No.
All right. I hope you guys are prepared for today's show. If you're watching live, please share the live video stream with your people, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching. Please share the live video stream with your people. There was something you had mentioned last week. We didn't talk about it on the show, and I want to talk about it today. My license plate.
License plate.
You didn't know what happened. You just pulled up last week, and you noticed my license plate on my car was missing. So I want to tell you, I was here at the studio last week, just doing work, minding my own business, and I drive home late at night, like 4:30 in the morning. I have my car here all day. So drive home.
Late nights.
go to get my bag out of my trunk, because I always have a bag in my trunk, like a duffel bag with extra clothes, toothpaste. You never know. I might sleep here.
Sure.
Never know where I end up. Might be in California. Who knows? So I open my trunk and I go to, I pop it open, then I go to open it, and my license plate is gone. So it had to have happened out here. We're not in the greatest neighborhood in Vegas.
Don't tell people that.
Why?
It's all right.
Listen, man, we love our homeless people right outside the door.
Keep a level of intrigue.
Listen, we're downtown Las Vegas, Fremont, and Maryland. If you guys know Vegas, you know what it's kind of like. It's a good area, but then there's not.
They're refurbishing the area. They're trying to get it better, but
our area
is what it is.
Our building is fine.
Yes.
Our building is fine
on the front.
Yeah. So my license plate was stolen, and so it was a personalized plate, said Quan on it, and is a Vegas Knights plate. So if you guys see a Vegas Knights plate running around Vegas, get in front of the car and slam on your brakes.
I'm telling you, that person doesn't have a car.
Yeah. And so I finally did the police report and everything. Well, no, they might have a car, because here's the thing. Thieves are known to, if you got a Honda Civic, you want to commit some crimes, you're going to find the same type of car. And that's what worried me, because
I didn't think of it that way.
I got here at 11 o'clock in the morning. I got home at 4 o'clock the next day in the morning.
So there was a span of time where
on a Saturday night, they could have been doing a whole crime spree as Quan.
Wow.
So
I never looked at it that way.
I never thought about that either.
So I called 911 right away and made sure, if anybody got shot between 11 a.m. and 4 a.m., it wasn't me.
I was here and my brother was with me.
I was here. We have eyewitnesses. And so I finally did the police report like Thursday, I believe, maybe Friday. So, I haven't got pulled over at all. Last night I'm going home. And I like to take different routes home every day. I don't like taking the same route all the time. And so
switched up the route.
Yeah, switched up the route instead of taking the freeway, because I forget I don't have a license plate. I don't see it. So I switch up the route. Instead of taking the freeway all the way home, I get off on Rancho, because Rancho is a straight shot all the way. I can just shoot all the way to Centennial from the freeway in Rancho. So I get off on Rancho, get pulled over on Rancho in Cheyenne. No license plate. I unroll all my windows, because my windows are very dark. They're black tint. In Vegas, they don't really care. They do all the spiel. They let me go. Okay, we found, it's registered. You're right. You said what you said was right.
Yeah.
So start driving. Call my homegirl back. Get pulled over again 3 minutes later. Different cop. I'm like, dude, I just got pulled over. What, a couple hours ago? Like, no, like 3 minutes ago.
Literally 2 blocks.
And he's like, oh, I might have heard that on the radio, but I just got to make sure. So. Anyways, I got pulled over twice last night on the way home, so I definitely got to get to the DMV. Dang. And then, it's COVID DMV, so it's like you got to make an appointment. Yeah. It takes a lot longer.
That's just that's upsetting.
Very upsetting. But listen, I didn't, my record was clean.
Hey, see,
that's something you always worry about when you get pulled over. Like, do I have an unpaid ticket somewhere that I forgot about? Like, am I going to go to jail tonight? Like, there's always that worry. And then my friend was like, how'd you get off? I'm like, white privilege.
Well,
I got to use it sometimes.
Well, look. I will say this. When you do feel a lot better dealing with cops when you're 100%.
When you're white. 100% white, yeah.
When you're 100%. Like,
right.
No. Like, I can be comfortable with cops.
My thing is, I never know. Like, maybe there's something, maybe, like.
Just life.
You just never know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like, maybe they'll find something or think they found something, or you fit the description of something.
I'll tell you one thing that you messed up on. I would have never hit Rancho. That's too many lights, and it's the hood, and the cops are always over there. So I'm like, I would have never taken that. I would have.
But knowing I'm usually good and have the license plate, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah, not thinking about it. Yeah.
But anyways, I'll have a license plate soon. I just I can't have the same license plate because it's registered as stolen. So my Quan license plate will never exist again.
Oh, wow.
But I still have the front one, which I will be putting probably right behind me.
Wow. Yeah. You could do Quan and then just 5'9".
Probably. Yeah. Something like that.
That's terrible.
So we'll do that. But anyways, we have a lot of sports to talk about, but we do have a new lady of unnamed in the building today.
We don't know if she's a full-blown
she's
lady
here
of
today.
unnamed.
She is today.
She's a lady in the building.
She's a lady in the building.
We're going to get to that.
She's unnamed.
If she's going to stick with it.
I think she'll want to come back on again.
I hope so. Well, you know what I mean? You
I don't know if I'll want her back on though, because I heard her football team.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
I heard her football team, but we'll talk about that. I'll let you introduce her.
All right. We have Miss Julia Juju Alexander.
We just talked about this.
We
Hey,
did.
listen.
We did.
I give the
We
full
just talked
government.
We
about
just
it.
talked about that
I give
right
the full
before.
He
government.
just
Right
gave
before
my
I pushed
whole
her.
government.
Wow.
That's crazy. Well,
So
everybody knows I'm
Juju,
Julia, but yes, I'm Juju.
tell us about yourself and tell us your favorite sports teams. I know you don't love every sport, but
Yeah.
tell us your favorite teams.
So I gotta start with basketball because that's my sport. Warriors, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Women, I'm kind of biased, but I think I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Okay.
Okay. I just went to their game yesterday, actually. Sparks are great, also.
No, not right now. But
No, I'm saying like the love.
It's
It's always
your
love for the
love.
sport.
In
It's
your
always
heart.
love in my heart. Football, Cowboys,
What?
because my dad, since that's how I was brought up, got to stick with it.
You can't blame your dad for your
I
grown
have to.
mistakes.
I
Hey,
have to.
No, listen. Look,
have
my
to.
children, Redskins fans, whether we suck or good. Or
Yeah,
bad,
like
There's
when
no
I-
such thing. How could they be a fan of a team that doesn't exist?
They'll know the
Because when I
history.
grew up, I literally had on my blankets were Cowboys, my shirts
See?
were Cowboys, my beanies,
You don't.
my
That's how you
cups.
raise.
That's
I mean, I
how
feel
you. That's how
you.
you
I feel
mold.
you.
Like he
Yeah.
molded me.
There is no choice in the matter.
There's
You
no
are what
choice.
you are.
Okay,
Like,
so-
Browns
so-
fans
so
don't just
for-
continue.
So for women though, okay, so
True.
they start off like this is my favorite team because of my dad, but then
Yeah.
there's that day that you all dream of when you put on that white dress and you marry the man of your dreams, and he likes, let's say,
The rival.
No,
Let's say
then we're
the
going
New York
at it every
Giants.
time we play each other. I'm not switching my team.
I like. I
Okay.
actually like that.
That is better. I don't want. Well, it depends. If we're playing each other, that's cool. But if you're rooting against my team against other teams besides your own team,
Oh no, that's different.
I'm kicking you out the house.
That's
I
different.
actually
might do that for fun though.
Yeah, I actually don't
I like
mind
that
it
for fun.
because I'll put it to you this way: I'd rather have a lady that is into it than a lady that has no rooting interest, does not care, and why do you like sports so much?
Yeah,
That's
I'd
true.
much rather have it like if I could at least if we could have arguments over
I
it,
feel that.
Yeah.
especially if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's far sexier. Just
Okay.
personal. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
everyone knows Josh's personal
Preferences.
sexiest preference.
What? No, in baseball. Baseball, you said
Giants. I mean, I'm from the Bay, so I have to stick with them.
The A's, might be coming to Vegas, so you never know.
No,
No?
it's still gonna be Giants. That was my dad's team also, because Barry
Okay.
Bonds. So
Nice.
Okay.
sticking with them. What
NBA.
No, she said
Yeah,
the Warriors.
Oh, Warriors. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
how I've always been. That's how it's always gonna be, though.
All right. Cool.
Anything outside of that?
No
hockey? No.
Do you know the three
Sharks.
best tennis players?
Serena Williams.
There you are.
There you
You
go.
win. You win. You're fine.
I'm fine.
That's all you need
stop
to know.
there.
That's all you need to know.
Good answer.
But
Juju.
we're
Good
glad
answer.
to have you on the show today. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And you're in Vegas. What are you doing out here in Vegas?
I'm actually playing basketball.
Okay.
I play for the Las Vegas Empress
Okay.
team. So we're approaching.
We had some of them in the studio a few weeks ago
Oh, did you?
on one of the other sports shows.
Oh, wow.
on the network, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm on that team. Yeah, I'm just training, trying to keep my basketball career going, and yeah.
So how long you been playing basketball for?
Since I was 8. I'm 26. I can say my age. I'm
Okay.
26.
You can say your
Oh, that's
age.
good age. You're young. I mean, I can't say my age, but you can say your age.
You can say your age too.
I know I'm 44. I'll be
There you
45, but I love my age.
There you go.
I actually feel better the older I've gotten, to be honest.
Shoot.
I wish
I
I
do.
could
I really
stay
do.
18, honestly.
Really?
18? No.
Wow.
Actually, like 16. I would say 16.
16?
You've
Like
had,
you're
a
not
rough,
even
you've had a
legal.
rough 10 years, huh?
No, I actually had a pretty cool 10 years. I just would like to not have as many.
Oh, responsibilities.
Responsibilities.
Okay. All
I
right.
feel
That's fair.
It's
20,
understandable.
27 was good. That would be the
How old are you now? 34?
About to be 37.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're getting old, bro.
Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah. Just saying.
It's all downhill from there.
Look, the body is telling the truth. It screams daily.
Yeah, that's how I feel. My
Really?
body's breaking down a little
No,
bit.
it
Stop
is
it.
not.
You're 26.
It is.
Girl.
Playing sports consistently.
Girl, trying to tell you. I told you after we worked out, just ice and stretch.
I do. I'm just, like still not the same.
You gotta, and then I can't remember. Do you have a gym membership, like somewhere where you can get in sauna, steam room, that kind of stuff?
I don't. So I just do. I have a hot tub at my house.
Okay.
I do ice baths. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Heating pads.
Long as you're doing that kind of stuff, that's
Yeah.
that's as much. That's all you can do.
I do what I can. I do the best I can.
That's
So.
good. Hey, listen, you're still young. So
Yeah.
take advantage of it while you can.
Yeah.
I'm
Trust
trying
me, it's
to.
gonna get worse.
It's going pretty fast. I turned 27 in November.
November
so,
what?
7th.
If you would have said
That's
the 10th,
right. I forgot you're a Scorpio.
if she would have said the 10th, bro, I would have left.
I know. No, I'm the
Why?
I'm the 10th.
Oh,
Because
wow.
he's the 10th, and our other friend's the 10th, and November 10th is all over the floor, and we tell that story all
Why
the
is
time.
that all over the floor?
Because basically the floor is just
Plywood.
like plywood paneling.
Oh, I see.
And so
okay.
all the dates are stamped.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And that's how we knew when we entered this building. We just talked about November 10th, like 20 minutes before. We walk in
Oh,
here.
wow.
There's
The whole
November 10th
thing.
all over the building.
Even the ceiling.
Wow.
Like, it's everywhere.
That's crazy.
Actually, the ceiling says another date.
Yeah, I think I've lied.
It's like November 8th or something like that.
Oh, okay.
What if it's the 7th? You
Maybe
said the
it's
7th?
Maybe it's the 7th.
That's when I got COVID last year. No, I mean, I didn't get COVID because I never had it. But yeah, I do. I got the antibodies. That's why I don't need the vaccine. But yeah, November 7th is the date Magic Johnson announced he had HIV and the date that I got COVID.
Wow.
That was 1991, though.
That was a contracting
That was a long
day,
time
I
ago.
guess. A lot of things happened.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Contracting day. But November's a good month.
Oh my God.
November's.
Did you just catch that? Both of y'all late.
I caught it. Contracting day. He contracted it before that, though.
He did.
Right.
That was when he finally bit the bullet and said something out loud.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's when he kind of knew, too. It was only a couple weeks.
Or there's also the conspiracy theory, but we'll get into that
gosh,
another time.
Josh needs his own conspiracy theory show.
Oh, I do.
Are you that kind of person?
He is.
Oh, wow.
Dang. It depends. Certain things. But you
Okay.
gotta always pay attention. You gotta pay attention.
No, I agree. I
Yeah,
question everything.
There it is. That's it. It's just question.
Yeah, not everything is what we see in front of us on the media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
True.
If you guys watching live, once again, please share the live video stream. If you're not watching live and you're dead, then we appreciate you watching through your ghost
In the afterlife.
in the afterlife. But if you're watching the replay, please share it as well too. We definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just hit that share button, like it. That's all you have to do. Like friends. I have a lot of friends. I have 4,000 friends on Facebook, and some of you guys are kind of selfish and greedy. And all you have to do is like it a little bit, share it. It takes nothing to support. I put up a funny meme and I get 100 likes on it. So you guys are a little weird. Support what I'm putting work into doing. You know what I'm saying?
Between the two of us, we have almost 10,000 followers on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Well, no, because I'm
We're-
like
we're
at the
Facebook
max.
famous.
I'm right almost at 5,000. So I'm
Mm.
like 49, 79. I think I saw the other day.
Okay.
So it's
49. Speaking of 49, 49ers.
Go ahead.
All right, let's
Have
jump
your
into
moment.
it. Let's jump into it. We got the NFL kickoff week 1. Our highs, lows, and overreactions. So a lot going on in NFL. Week 1 is always great, but it's also a time where people overreact off one single game, off one single moment. A team that shouldn't loses.
Yeah.
Teams that you don't think are going to win, like, oh, they have a chance to make the playoffs now. They have a chance to, win the Super Bowl. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. What do we got first?
Oof. First up, let's see what we got. Well, hold on. I was
All right. Well,
I was ready for you to go. First
All
up,
right,
well, we got to
talk
start.
about
We got to start with Dallas.
Thursday night.
We have to
Thursday
start
night.
with Dallas versus the Bucks. And with,
Did you watch that game at least?
I got highlights from my dad.
Okay, all right,
There
that
you
works.
go.
All right, so
There you go.
So I heard they lost.
they lost, but listen, we were talking about how bad the Cowboys were going to be, and
Right.
all of those types of things. The NFC East last year wasn't that great. We knew the Cowboys should be better, but they took the champs' best punched back, had a chance to win the game. We had our show on Thursday before the game, so we obviously still were talking, like they were going to be trash, but they looked good.
They came pretty close, right?
Yeah,
Because-
they lost by a field goal.
Yeah, my dad was like, I was gonna turn the game off, and something told me not to, and then they ended up losing.
Yeah.
And you should never turn the game
I
off
know.
on your own team, especially when it's still a close game. Like that game was close the whole game. And the thing I liked about that is like whatever team had the ball last was going to win that game. That's how I felt in the fourth quarter. And what happened is Tom Brady made sure when they scored and they were up by one or two. They were up by 2 with a minute 30 left. And I immediately said that's way too much time for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And he's way too composed. He's been doing this for 20 years. Like he knows what he's doing in the last minute and a half. Not only was it enough time, it was too much time. So he had to march down and throw the ball out to waste more time.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get the ball back after they kicked the winning field goal. But on a good note for the Cowboys, like they did look really good. Dak was highly impressive coming off that injury, and everybody was complaining like his shoulders hurt. He's going to be struggling again this year.
He's
fine. He looked great. He was one of the top quarterbacks in week 1.
Yeah, I think he may have thrown for the most yards.
I think he had
400 plus yards,
something like that. Yeah. So I think Dak looked really good. Zeke didn't do a whole lot on, in that game, but the run defense was great as well.
Yeah.
But listen, Dallas looks like a top 5 or 6 team in the NFC right now. Like they looked really good. The NFC is going to be tough. You don't know who's going to come out of the NFC or the AFC. I mean, there's a lot of really good teams this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dallas looked really good. They look like they could be one of the best teams in the league this year if they play like that, because they did that against the Super Bowl champs.
And look, and like we talked about last week, that's not only the Super Bowl champs, but it was the exact team that won the Super Bowl the year before. They brought everyone back. It wasn't like, oh, they won the title, but they lost 3 players, or this guy left in free agency. Is the exact same team.
Yeah.
So when you can play somebody that's running it back like that, down to the last wire, at home, with all the pageantry of Super Bowl rings and all that good stuff, they played well.
Now, Juju, a lot of people hate on the Cowboys. They're like, either you love them or hate them.
There is no in between.
But you're going to talk about them. So how do you feel about that when you're scrolling through social media, or people, you say your favorite team and people just hate on it?
I mean, I feel like if you're hating on something, then that something is probably doing something right to be talked about.
But what if people are hating because their fan base is just a little irrational most of the time?
That's hard. I don't know.
I mean,
she's inside the irrational spot.
But there's not all irrational fans.
Yeah,
same thing with Laker fans. There's irrational Laker fans and fans that like are.
Yeah, I feel like that's just.
Are you irrational with it, or are you just like? Do you like if they're playing bad? Do you just admit they're not good this year?
I give them the benefit of the doubt always.
Okay. So
all
you're a little irrational. That was her thing. But it's all good. Like, you should support your team.
Yeah,
I hate when people. Yeah, I hate when people. I'm done with them. It's like, come on, man. Be there for the good and bad.
You're gonna be there.
Right. You can't be a bandwagoner. Like, you have to.
Yeah, I hate that more than anything in life.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, you're right though. My fan base, like, seriously, I'm so glad that I moved. Because the whole RG3 thing, I was ready to burn the stadium down. It was that bad. So I hear you. But next up, so let's see. So go ahead. We can talk about your Niners playing like it's 2019.
I mean, they were a little bit, but not the defense. So we lost our defensive coordinator. He's now the head coach of the New York Jets. I missed him a lot yesterday. The defense looked different. We got Bosa back. He looked good, but there was a lot of plays, and this is the Lions, and this is what worried me about the 49ers yesterday and their defense is the fact that this is the Lions. Your defense is kind of like getting ate up on a few drives with. This is not a good team. So what are you going to do as a defense with a good team? They were up like 41-10 or something like that.
I know it was 38-3. That was the last. That was when I checked out on the game. Like what I.
And so the Lions ended up coming back. The spread was 9. I think that was the final spread. So they end up coming all the way back and covering at least. So I know that messed up a lot of people in the sports book with that cover because it looked like there's zero chance for them to cover.
Yeah.
I had to delete a Facebook post because I was talking mad junk about the spread and people saying, "Oh, that's too high."
I do remember you saying that because I definitely was like, "Oh, well, they'll cover that."
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying it was too high, and they should have covered, and the defense let them down, and they didn't cover. But still, they looked really good. Trey Lance actually threw the first touchdown of the game.
Did he?
Yeah.
Like, was
he came in
just
for the last drive?
Was he just coming in?
He came
like,
in
did
for,
they
I think it was
split?
third down.
They split.
No, they didn't split. He came in for some plays though.
Oh, interesting.
And so his very first touchdown, he threw was in that game that he didn't even start. So I think it was good. I think that's going to mess up a lot of teams' defense playing against them because you don't know who's going to be in when.
Yeah.
So Jimmy looked good. Jimmy looked really good. He fumbled on the first drive though, which was making everybody wonder.
Very Jimmy-like.
Very Jimmy-like. But he looked good the rest of the game. So the offense is fine. We did lose Raheem.
Yeah.
So he's out at least 8 weeks. And we lost Jason Verrett. So Verrett already played one game in 2018, missed all of 2019.
Oh, wow.
And now he has a torn ACL. That could be his career. It's very sad because he played great for us last year.
Yeah.
So listen, man, upset about that, but you got to keep going. You got to find new players to take over. But yeah, man, Niners look good. NFC West 4-0 yesterday.
Everyone won.
4-0. Everybody won.
Wow.
The Rams beat the Bears Sunday night.
Oh, that's right.
Arizona
that
beat
was the game last
somebody. Who'd Arizona beat?
Arizona beat the Titans. That was a statement.
In Tennessee, they dominated them.
Yes.
And Seattle beat Carolina?
No, Carolina beat the Jets. Seattle.
Yeah, not Carolina.
I don't remember.
Seattle beat somebody.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
we'll go.
But they
with
won.
that. Okay. But I mean, the Cardinals made a statement. That was a big game yesterday. I didn't think the Titans even had a prayer. So for them to come out and not only dominate the Titans, but they held Derrick Henry under 60 yards. I think he was averaging like less than 4 yards a carry. They played well. They played really well. So that was exciting. That's exciting to see. Kyler Murray, I think, had 5 or possibly 6 touchdowns total. DeAndre Hopkins out there making DeAndre Hopkins plays. It was pretty dope though. It was good. Next up, let's see. So let's talk about the Texans. The Texans actually look okay with Tyrod Taylor at the helm. And now there's starting to be reports about Urban Meyer being unhinged in the Jaguars front office. Basically he would let preseason losses affect him. He's, cursing out players and doing the most even in the preseason, and kind of some of his college antics are rubbing NFL people the wrong way.
And listen, you can't jump in and when you're a college coach, you run things basically, right?
You run everything.
The players don't have a lot of power. When you get to the NFL or NBA, I mean, it goes for both ways.
Professional, period.
When you're there, you can't yell at people. You can't cuss. These dudes are millionaires.
Right.
You can't cuss out a millionaire anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you come in, you try to act the same way you did in college. You're talking to kids. A lot of these people are not going to the NFL. You probably have 1% of your class going to, well, maybe not his.
Depends.
But you have a small percent of your players in that class going to the pros. So you could yell at them a little more, but you can't act the same way. And also, you don't run things for that franchise you did in Ohio State and other places you were at.
You have bosses. You have bosses that have bosses.
Yeah.
I think, I'll say this. You can coach people hard. Greg Popovich curses out players all the time. You can coach people hard. I think but they were basically saying like he was unhinged. And when I hear that word, you're ramping and raving over little stuff. Like basically like he wasn't allowing his other coaches to coach. If he saw a drill that he didn't feel was being run right, he's running in, getting involved in the drill. And I think that's kind of what they're talking about. Juju, you played in college. Like, how do you feel about coaches that, do the most? Like where it's like you're always kind of, over the top, or you're always kind of out of bounds a little bit.
I think it depends on the coach.
Did you have coaches like that though?
Yeah, but the coaches that I had that were like that could be like that. They were winning coaches.
Yeah.
They were top tier coaches. So it's like they had a level of respect that that was earned already for them to be like that because they were producing.
Yeah.
Bobby Knight, somebody like that.
Right. One of my coaches was Sue Phillips. She coaches the USA Women's 16.
Okay.
So
nice.
she's a great coach, and she can be considered over the top. But I mean, when you're producing and you're a top coach, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've never had a coach really do that. That wasn't
that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone that I've had has pretty much like known their place, like know what they can and can't do.
Sure.
So.
Okay.
It's good.
Well, after that, let's see. Okay. You want to talk about these displaced Saints? The Saints after Hurricane Ida. You know, anytime the Saints are outside the Superdome, they're out here killing. They took it to the Packers, 38-3. Jameis had 5 touchdowns, and
Jameis had 5 touchdowns with only like 145 yards, which is almost unheard of. Like, how do you even throw that many?
That's video game.
So the running game was cool, but it wasn't like outrageous like I thought it would have been.
No, it wasn't.
For somebody that only had that many yards with that many touchdowns. You figure the running game's just getting them down the field. He's throwing little 10-yard touchdowns, but that wasn't necessarily the case. I think a lot of good field position. The Packers only scored 3 points.
3 points.
They didn't have any touchdowns.
Aaron had 2 picks. But his whole team, Aaron Jones looked bad.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams didn't look great. I think he had like 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
Like it was a beating. Like they completely obliterated the Packers.
And Jameis looked good. I think he's going to do good. Everyone keeps getting on him for his 30-30 year a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback, and I hate that he's so hated on. I think he's in a better position now with the Saints. I think he's under a really good coach now with Sean Payton, who's not going to put up with a lot of crap. He's not going to let him do things that I think he kind of got away with in Tampa.
Yeah.
So I think he's a good quarterback. We expect the Saints to fall off, and this might be an overreaction, but they actually looked really good. Still missing their wide receiver, I believe.
Yeah. Michael Thomas didn't play.
Yeah. So, listen, man, they looked really good last night or yesterday, and I think they might still be a problem. We thought this would be a down year, but they still look like a problem.
Look, I don't know how much of it was Aaron Rodgers has a foot out of the door, but in terms of them in the NFC South, they look like they're a viable team. And now I'm glad I'm not going to DC for that game.
Yeah.
Because that definitely, I was like, you know what? I could go home, see, we could beat the Saints. I don't know. Not after yesterday.
Yeah. And let's talk about it. Aaron Rodgers. We had all that going on in the offseason. We didn't know if he was going to get traded. He wanted to get traded. They finally worked out a deal to where they restructured his contract to where he's only playing this year. Then he'll be a free agent. So with that being said, with 1 foot out the door already, does Aaron Rodgers even care about this season, or is he just ready to move on? Is he already moved on mentally to where he's done in Green Bay? His body language didn't look great yesterday. I know it in the press conference afterwards. He's like, we played horrible, but we have 16 games left, which you're right, you do. But as far as yesterday, we can talk about the overreaction.
Yeah.
They did not look good. He didn't look good. To me, he looked like he might be done and just like, I don't care about this franchise anymore.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm going to take it easy this year. Maybe go ahead and put in the rookie or the second-year guy.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love almost threw a touchdown. He drove them and would have had the only touchdown of the game near the end of the game. And I wanted him to do it because he would have had 1 touchdown to Aaron Rodgers 0 for the season. What do you think about that?
I mean, for me, I'll say this. Football is not like other sports where I can dog it or I can, play half of myself. Football, if you're not giving everything that you have, you can get hurt, legitimately hurt. You can put yourself in position to be injured. Basketball, I can not play or just kind of, just go through the motions and protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have people trying to hurt me, that's physically hurting me. So for me, I don't think that he's doing that. Now, whether he's just ill-prepared, because remember, he didn't have training camp. He wasn't there during the offseason. So if he's not prepared to play, that might be more, I think, what's going on. But I don't think it's so much like, I ain't going to play.
Now, do you think maybe his players, like maybe the rest of the team is kind of done with him too, or are they on his side? Because if I know you're not going to be here next year, you're already saying you didn't want to be here this year, but you end up restructuring your contract. Do his teammates care?
Well,
is everyone just ready to be moved on and be done with him?
He got Devontae Adams paid. He got Aaron Jones paid. He got Bakhtiari, the left tackle. Yeah, he got paid too. He just got Randall Cobb brought back there from where was he? I think with the Texans. I think he was with the I think he was with the Texans. So you know what I mean? Like when it comes down to it, he's gotten people money.
Yeah.
So if you've gotten me money, me and you always good.
But you named 5 names out of 50-some players. So
I mean the defense, that's a different story. He ain't getting them paid, but I'm on the offense. Like there's a lot of guys that he made look better than what they were. You know what I mean? Like, I'm open, you get me the ball. Not just, I'm open, I can't see you, I'm going to throw up here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a quarterback that is actually trying to get people the ball. He's a Brady. He spreads it around. He's not forcing the ball where it doesn't need to be. So, I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Appreciate that.
I hate you so daggone much. Next up, let's see. We got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's performance yesterday took it to Kirk Cousins, and as I've said many times, even though the Vikings did come back, I was like, oh, okay, they got it. The Vikings came all the way back, and
overtime.
and they won in overtime. But the Vikings still the Vikings. They ain't good. They hot trash, and Kirk Cousins. Kirk gon' Kirk. It is what it is.
Listen, they went to the playoffs a lot with Kirk Cousins.
Once.
They haven't? It's been more than once.
Maybe twice.
He's only been there for 3 years.
Yeah,
they didn't go last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And the year before, I feel like they may have snuck in. I don't feel like it was
they made it.
They made it in at like 8-8 or 9-7.
They played good. They've been a good team. They've still been a good team under him. I know you hate him, but they've still been a good team. But they lost to the Bengals. Joe Burrow, back from injury. Missed most of last year after looking great his rookie season.
Yeah.
Ends up having that horrible knee injury and comes back. And a lot of times that's hard to come back from, especially a young guy, just mentally to be able to come back and play as well as he did yesterday.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase, his former LSU teammate.
Yeah.
That last week said that it's going to be really hard because the ball's bigger. You don't have the white stripe. And we talked about that on Thursday's show. But he looked fine. I think it's a good combination. I think them playing in college together is definitely a good thing to bring in somebody like that. I liked him. I thought he looked really good. I think this Bengals team, which I doubt they're a playoff team this year, but they
not in that division. That division is a daggone slugfest.
Yeah. But they are one of those good young up and coming teams that are going to be good, in the future. And they got some really good players. So I'm excited to see what they have to do. What do you think about Joe Burrow?
I mean, look, he looked great last year, and I don't think they played him at all during the preseason, but he looked great last year, and he looked great yesterday. He was amazing for that 1 year at LSU. He's got every chance to be great.
Yeah.
For me, he doesn't look like Herbert. He doesn't look like that Sherbert boy at all. That boy is good. I'm just saying he doesn't. Like, Herbert has arm talent. You know what I mean? Burrow has a lot more, I can use what's around me.
They're both really good, and they're both really good.
Can we say they're both better than Tua?
Right now, definitely. And Tua was so hyped up for so many years in college, and he ended up having that injury, but he just doesn't. He doesn't scare me. Not yet. And we talked about this Thursday. Let these guys develop.
Yeah.
It's a lot of young quarterbacks. I think this has been the best few years of.
Yes, you did.
I think this has been the best few years of young quarterbacks, though. Like they're coming in and they're all looking
ready
really
to play.
They're all looking really good,
Yeah.
and it looks like the future of the NFL from the quarterback position is going to be great because these guys look really good. You had Zach Wilson,
arm talent,
ends up losing the game, but still, like, his arm looks amazing.
Yeah.
Even your boy Mac for the Patriots.
Mac Jones looked good.
He looked good. He
didn't
solid.
look bad. You know what I mean? I will say that I feel like college is now, like, because we had that period where it was Carson Wentz and Jared Goff and those guys. They were like, they look all right, they look okay, but they weren't coming in. I feel like Andrew Luck, RG3, that first year they both looked insane. Russell Wilson looked really good. But then there was that period where there was struggles. It didn't look, college wasn't getting them ready. But man, these last few drafts have been really good.
Yeah. Juju, is there any other sports, if you weren't a basketball player, that you wanted to do?
I used to play softball.
Really?
So I would
What position?
probably do. I was pitcher.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
I really
girl.
liked it, actually. I just had to pick which one I wanted, and basketball is just more fun. But if I had to choose, it would be softball.
Okay.
Okay.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right.
It wasn't enough contact for me. Like, I like contact sports.
I feel you.
I'm like very rough,
Yeah.
you know.
You
I
are not
think-
rough.
Yes, I am. You haven't even. Oh yeah, have you seen me?
Yes,
play?
yes, I've seen you
She's
play.
like, you haven't even
Like
seen me play.
once, like once.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was just like I would be standing in the outfield, like bored, just eating sunflower seeds.
I feel
like,
you. I mean, just watch a
I need to
baseball.
do
I
What's the
get
good
like that.
parts? There's good parts to baseball.
So yeah, sometimes,
But it's slower. It's not. I mean,
slow.
basketball is
Yes,
action the whole
it's
time.
slow.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
definitely start yawning and getting a little
Yes, that's
little
exactly what
tired
was
sometimes.
happening.
I will
Oh.
say that is true.
Are you good at horse?
Yes, of
Because I
course.
challenge people.
Of
Listen,
course, I am.
listen, shooter. So
Yeah,
be
shooter, so-
be
That's
careful.
fine. Listen, I will challenge you at a game of horse.
This is not.
We can do it.
This is not
I challenge the
baby
MMA
girl.
fighter.
Yeah, this is not baby girl.
Baby girl?
Yeah, this is
That's
this.
not her name. Her name's Blanca Marquez.
Thank
She's
you,
the
thank
MMA
you,
fighter.
thank
Baby girl.
this isn't Blanca.
It doesn't matter.
This is what she
I'm
does.
Magic Quanson.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I know somebody named Magic Quanson.
Yeah, that's his
So he
alter
might show
ego.
up.
That's his alter
No, it's not. It's not mine.
with the Jerry curl and everything. So, yeah,
It's just a fro, not Jerry curl.
it's Jerry. It's just
not,
juiced
no,
out.
There's no juice in that. That's an $8 wig from Walmart.
And why couldn't you
But
let
we'll
the
play.
juice go?
We'll
Why-
play.
Yeah, we have to.
Game of horse.
Yes.
All right.
What are we gonna bet? We have to bet something.
Yeah, we'll figure out the bet.
Because
That's
I'm not
fine.
playing. I can't play for free. I'm definitely gonna beat you.
No, that's fine. I don't know if you'll beat me. We're not doing dunks, are we?
No.
Because I could dunk.
You can't dunk.
You,
You can't even get the pad.
I didn't even say what size rim.
Oh.
Oh
Come on,
wow,
bro.
wow.
All right, we're
No,
gonna play those games.
We'll do 10 foot. 10 foot hoop. No dunking.
Oh, no dunking allowed. All right, well, moving on from. Well, you want me to talk about my sad team?
Yeah, your sad team. Not only did they lose, not only do you say you don't want Cam Newton, I said he's better than Fitzpatrick. You said, no, he's not. I don't want Cam. And then what happens to Fitzpatrick? Fitzpatrick is on the IR after half a game.
Not even a full
Heineke
game.
comes in, does okay.
Hey. Heineke did all right.
Did okay. I just all right and okay.
Nah.
It's the same definition.
Nah.
Okay,
There's-
Juju, we settle the bet. You got to
okay.
settle the bet. Is all right and okay the same word?
Yeah.
No,
There
it's
you go.
the way you said it.
It,
See,
I mean, I
he
kinda
said
had to
he
think
did
about it, but-
He did okay.
and I said nah.
No,
he did all right. I was like, he did all right.
It's the same word.
Okay,
and
when
all right,
it's in
the same word.
context.
Did you hear
It's
the
in
voice
context.
inflection? The voice
Yeah,
inflection
it's
implied
context,
that he
You've known him longer.
did all right. I take my victories where they come. Thank you.
Yeah,
But
you had to convince her though, because
You did. You did.
but I mean Ryan Fitzpatrick.
he slipped that $5. No, it's context. Go ahead. Ryan Fitzpatrick is dead.
He's
What injury was it? What happened?
hip like it's like a hip supplicate, like I don't know, they
Hip supplication.
they used a big word that I was like, I've never heard that in hip together, but they said that he shouldn't be done for the season, but now he's done.
But IR is like what, 6?
No,
or
I
8
think
weeks?
like there's like different IRs now, because Curtis Samuel's only out for 3 weeks and he's on IR. So I like that they're starting to shift that, because that used to be the death knell for your season. So we'll see.
Hips don't lie.
Take that off before they cut us off. You know Sony Music is coming.
It's all good. All right.
See?
I don't know what happened to my camera.
Yeah, see, that's what happens to your camera when you start hips don't lie. Shit, there's the strike of Shakira.
All right, keep going while I fix my camera.
Yeah.
It's hot in Orange,
But yeah, I mean, our defense didn't look great. They looked okay. They got some stops. We still didn't give up a lot of points, but we got to score. You got to score points. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But moving on from football, let's talk about this.
Is that all we had in football?
Yeah, that was everybody. Yeah, that was everybody. We weren't talking about the whole league. Wait. No, we're gonna talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. First ever game with fans in Las Vegas. Juju, who you got? It's the Ravens versus the Raiders.
Ooh.
This is sight unseen. Do you know who's on the Raiders, or do you know who's on the Ravens?
No.
Okay, that's all right.
I
That's
don't.
fine. That's
I'm
fine.
gonna go with.
You already knew that. Just stick with who you got.
I didn't
I'm gonna
know.
Come on,
go
we
with.
talked to her before
I'm gonna
the
go
show.
with the Raiders.
Okay.
Home team.
All
Home
right.
team.
So this is going to be the first official game in Legion Stadium with fans for the Raiders.
Yes.
They've done it for UNLV. They've had some concerts there, but the first official, they played last year. I don't count that as Raiders being in Vegas yet.
Yeah.
Because we are still watching them on TV like we always were, which I'm still doing tonight because I didn't want to pay $400 for a ticket. But
because we don't have we don't have the credentials yet. We're working on it.
I mean, as a paying customer either. So, but yeah, so you got the Raiders
I got the
against the Ravens. Okay, Ravens, we've talked about their injuries on Thursday, so they're missing a lot of players.
Yeah.
But they still got Lamar Jackson, MVP 2019. So listen, I'm going with my home team because
Okay.
it's the home team. I'm upset that they're making people have the vaccine to be able to enter the building. And
Oh,
that's
wow.
a whole long other story and conspiracy and all that. So screw you guys for that. But I don't care because I don't care. They're just I wanted them to lose every game, but my Vegas heart won't let. I'm born and raised out here, so my Vegas heart won't let me root against the home team. So I'm going with the Raiders tonight. I think they're going to win. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think they're going to really put in some work. The running game for the Ravens right now is struggling. They're hurt.
Yeah.
Lamar is their running back and their quarterback tonight. So I
Yeah.
think that's going to be a struggle for them. I'm not sure who they have starting at running back or whatever. I know they have some people on the practice squad, Le'Veon Bell, but I think these guys still need to get in the shape, so I doubt they're playing tonight.
I'm blanking on the guy's name that they called up. He was on the he used to be on the Vikings, and then he was
There
on,
was a few people they
Yeah.
put on their practice squad, so who knows how soon they'll be ready and who's playing tonight. But I'm going with the Raiders, man. We got to do this. This is the first official game in front of fans in Las Vegas. You can't disappoint them. I've already seen some crazy Raider fans that are definitely not from Vegas last night roaming Fremont Street.
roaming the streets.
That's a different breed. So
Yeah,
this
it
is the
is.
first time we've experienced the outside, like the
Yeah.
Oakland Raider
Yeah.
fans
Yeah.
coming to Vegas. Those are different people.
But not just them. Remember now
They're a little scary, Juju.
The LA Raider fans are coming too. Like
That's fine, but they're crazy too.
They're just passionate.
Oh,
No,
is,
no,
that
they
what,
crazy.
is that what you call them?
yeah, they a little crazy.
They look a little scary though, right?
I mean, they're supposed to.
Where in the Bay are you from? Like, are you from Oakland?
No, I'm from San Jose.
Oh, okay. okay.
But I
All right.
lived in
Sharks. You got the Sharks right there.
Yeah, I'd never been to a Sharks game. Never
They're
wanted
whack
to go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so
Oh well, I'm taking the Ravens. I'm sticking with my call. But the running game definitely. I still don't feel like they have enough to stop Lamar. And now that he has Sammy Watkins and I forget the other receiver that they drafted for him, but he's got three legit
got
burners
Hollywood
now to go along with Hollywood. They got a lot of team speed, and the Raiders' defense is probably their biggest weakness.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun to watch. I think the Raiders are going to be a much improved team this year than they were last year. A lot of the young guys are have another year under their belt.
Sure.
I think playing in front of fans is going to make a difference
Yeah,
too.
that's something you can't
Exactly.
so, rate.
yeah.
Shout out to the Raiders. And then the last thing for the NFL, Maya Shaka, the first black female NFL official, had her first game yesterday. And what do you guys think about that? A lot of people and a lot of crazy white people on the internet. You know how people get, man. When you
wow.
go through the comments,
Sure.
it's people on the internet.
The
Wait, why do we make everything about race? And
Yeah.
it's like, how come you only say that when it's a black person? But what do you guys think about that? Is that a big deal or not a big deal?
Well, go ahead, Juju.
I mean, I think it's always a big deal when a woman of any race can come into a powerful position like that.
Mm.
That's men or male based,
Yeah.
know,
Male driven, yeah.
male driven. So I think it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that same thing. I feel like it's great. I think it's a great story. And she got there because she's good, not just
Yeah.
because
Right.
like, oh, you're
Oh,
black and
because she's
you're
black,
an official.
yeah.
Let's get you in there. No, she's good at what she does. So she got the job, and I'm all for women being able to do whatever they're passionate about doing, whatever they study on, whatever occupation they're doing. Just because it's all males in the game doesn't mean that because you're a female you don't know how to officiate that.
Yeah.
So I
Exactly.
think that's a big deal. And she looked good out there yesterday. So I think it's great. I think it's great for the NFL, great for women, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ditto for me. I think just like how we talked about with the NBA, how it was when they first brought in the initial 2 women, it was a black lady and a white lady, and then over the years now there's been 30, 40 women that have officiated NBA games, and it's commonplace.
Yeah,
like when you see it in the game, you're like, okay, female official, but you don't think about it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's the cool part of it, and I hope that we won't have to say another black official is, it's just she's good and she's gonna do her job, and the game will go on just like normal. I think that's the level that I would like to see it continue to get to.
Yeah. Cool.
Next up, before we get into the world of sports, we got to talk about this boxing. So, we've got. Do we have any highlights, or are we just gonna talk about?
I'm not. There's no such thing as a highlight in this. No, these are all low lights, folks.
Yeah. The situation with Tito. Tito was in the fight first with Anderson Silva.
Explain what's going on first.
It was Tito Ortiz versus
former UFC fighter Tito Ortiz, champion, versus another former UFC fighter, Anderson Silva. They were the undercard for what was supposed to be Oscar De La Hoya against former UFC champion Vitor Belfort on the Triller Fight Club. These exhibitions, and now they're being sanctioned, and they're responsible for some of the Jake Paul and Logan Paul fights as well, and all this going on. They're doing it. They're getting views, but it's a little embarrassing. But Anderson Silva, going to that fight first, Anderson Silva looks legit. Like, he's a boxer. He just beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
That's legit.
And that was like a real legit fight. He's a legit fighter.
Yeah.
He knocked Tito Ortiz out cold. Though.
Yeah.
It was beautiful to see that, because I'm not a Tito fan. And I love Anderson Silva. And Anderson's taking it serious as a boxer.
Yeah. I mean, and one of our other ladies, or one of the other ladies that I know, Janira Kremitz, she's started back up with the Triller Fight Club, so she's been kind of giving me the information as far as their fights and their fight cards.
Okay.
And so we're gonna have her back in the studio. So we'll have her come in
the studio.
Yeah, she hasn't been here yet. Okay. The other ring card girls have, but that fight was crazy. Anderson dodged at least 8 punches and threw 1, and the fight was over.
Yeah, he knocked him out cold.
But
the one that just shouldn't have happened. I mean, it was supposed to be De La Hoya. De La Hoya ends up getting COVID in, a week and a half.
Oh, wow.
Evander Holyfield, 58 years old. 58. That's old, right?
No.
58 is not old?
No.
For sports, though?
Okay.
For a boxer? I'm glad you didn't say 58 is old, because I'm 45 and I would feel...
The face you made was everything there. You're like, okay.
But right, at the same time, like, Holyfield, like, physically looked good. Like, for 58,
yeah,
that dude's he's in shape.
He looked better than Mike, quietly. Like, in terms of
in
shape,
terms
like,
of body.
His
but
neck.
Mike's mental is a lot better than Evander's. I think Evander's been hit so many times that he's just walking around like a zombie, but still cut up, still works out all the time.
Yeah.
But he got TKO'd by Belfort. A lot of people, I mean, he fell out of the ring on a swing, and he fell into the rope. So what do you think about that? Is that too much? I mean, you shouldn't have got sanctioned. It was supposed to be in California, I believe. They wouldn't sanction it in California. So they moved it to everyone's favorite state in the country, Florida, which will let you do anything.
Florida. You gonna pay this license? Okay, you can do it. I'll say this. You really want my opinion? My opinion is this.
Well, that's why it's on the screen. That's why we asked.
It's now's your time, Mike. This is your time to fight Evander. This is the time. We still want to see that fight.
Oh man, they talked about it.
And I would want to see Mike just like Mike would go in just straight for the layout just to have that.
Yeah.
So it's like
would.
I won the third one.
I'm over these old man fights. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. What do you think about those fights and the Jake Paul, Logan Paul fights? Are you entertained by those, or?
I don't think they're smart. I think they're really stupid, because someone could actually really get hurt.
Yeah. This is combat sports.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not for it really. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but
I mean, I think also what they're doing in these new fight cards, now they're making it about entertainment.
Yeah,
they're bringing in, they're making a concert in the middle of the fight.
I think it's taken away from the sport.
Yes,
and I don't like that because boxers actually work really hard to
Yeah.
maintain their status and to gain respect. So I feel like they're making it a game, like an actual game, and I don't really like that. But I mean, it's entertaining, like I said. So I mean, they're gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah, and it's entertaining. We talk about how pro boxing is not. You hardly ever see the best fighters fighting against each other,
right?
And so people are more interested. Like, entertain me instead of watch Canelo fight somebody I don't know.
Right.
So
who you're propping up?
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, because I've watched some of. I watched the Woodley and Jake Paul fight a few weeks ago, and I was entertained, even though I was like, it's not really good boxing.
Yeah.
I'd rather see good boxing with two well-known boxers, and I think that's what boxing needs to do. And there's so many, promotions that it's hard to get the best fighters to fight each other.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you're going to get these exhibitions that people are going to pay to see because you're not having the best fighters fight. So
yeah. And I feel like too, they're not doing a good job of promoting the fighters that there are now. Like there's so many fighters that I don't know their names. I don't know their story. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because after Mayweather's done now. So like name outside of Canelo, name 10 boxers. I probably couldn't. You know what I mean? And like I feel like that's more. I mean, I probably could, but like
it would be a struggle. You can't just name them like you could in the 80s.
Yeah,
and 90s,
like where it's like, oh, okay, you got this guy. Like they don't do a good job. I think hardcore boxing fans know the fighters, but in terms of the general public, we don't know. So how am I gonna pay for this fight and I don't know who's fighting? Like, you want me to pay $70 now? Because now it's $70 for HD.
And,
like, you know what I mean?
And then teenagers, like the younger generation, they don't know who Mayweather was. Oh, that's some old guy that used to fight.
Yeah.
And so if he's fighting Logan Paul, and we all know who Logan Paul is because we watch him all over the internet,
I'll watch that.
I'm gonna watch that, and he's better than Mayweather because he's
younger.
doing good and stuff like that. And they don't even know who Mayweather is or was. They have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my biggest issue with it right now. But like I said, they're making it entertaining. They're making it about something outside of the ring. Yeah. So that's also cool. Justin Bieber showing up for that one Jake Paul fight, like him having a whole set. That was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't even hate on it. Like that's dope. So next up, we've got Around the World in Sports. You're still so excited that we both wrote that down.
I'm not that excited.
I mean, you chuckled about it.
No, I was laughing at you said it.
Oh,
because you were trying to do like a big introduction with it. Around the World in Sports with Josh Williams.
It made you chuckle? I hate you, man.
It was nice. You should do voiceovers.
No.
You can do voiceovers.
I have, and it's that mess is not easy, bro. It's very, very difficult.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'll put it to you like this.
I don't think you would have a problem either.
Well, you have a very good, like, I personally don't like, I've gotten past the point where I don't like my voice anymore. I feel like my voice is my voice. But like,
yeah, I used to be like that too. I hated hearing my voice.
When somebody's like, yeah, say it this way. And then you say it and it's like, yeah, that's still not it. And so like I had to start to teach myself ways of like lifting my voice and like change, because like I'm very, you know what I mean? I'll stay here. So like when you're doing a voiceover, you gotta like tell a story with your voice, and some people can really do that. It's harder than you think. Like it took like 8 hours, and it was like a lot I had to say, but it still shouldn't have taken no daggone like 6-7 hours.
Wow.
I would ask what you have to say, but we don't have.
I know.
7 or 8 hours.
I was like,
no.
Jude was already looking at her watch like,
I wouldn't remember. I don't
what time
remember
is this
like
podcast?
That. Oh my god. But first up, we got Novak Djokovic losing the U.S. Open, losing in straight sets.
And this segment is called Around the World in Sports with Josh Williams.
Yes. And losing his opportunity at the Grand Slam.
All right, so he has a chance for the Grand Slam. He gets to the finals in the U.S. Open, but he's playing number 2. Yep. Number 2 is good. I didn't realize their height difference was like Shaq and Kobe.
He's 6'6". Medvedev 6'6".
When they met at the net, I was like, yo, I didn't realize he was that tall, because, tennis,
they're
when you're
so
watching,
far apart. That's true.
So when they met at the
That's
net
true.
at the end of the game, I'm like, oh wow, he's a lot bigger. That has to be
Does that
tough.
matter?
But I think it does because the serve is getting there a little bit quicker.
It matters on serve, but in terms of movement,
Right.
those big
Yeah,
dudes
wouldn't it be harder?
when you're too big, those big dudes they don't. It's not like basketball where it's
he
like
moves pretty
sick.
well though.
Yeah,
He was
I mean
moving pretty well.
They were saying he chased down everything. So.
He lost 6'4", 6'4", 6'4". I know
Take
you
that
like
F.
that because you don't like it. I wanted to see him
Yes.
get the Grand Slam. He was the bronze medalist
Yes.
in the Olympics,
Yep.
so he
didn't.
he had the chance to go. I think they called it
the golden slam. The golden slam.
So he didn't get that in the Olympics.
Steffi Graf. Steffi Graf is the only person to ever
yeah.
do that.
That was great too. 89. I mean 88.
I think that was 88.
Or was that 90?
It's either 88 or 92.
Yeah.
That was when Steffi was.
But I wanted to
Steffi.
see him get it. You had the guy that I don't want to say it.
What?
That looked like a corpse. The last guy that did it.
Leave
at 69.
Leave Rod Laver alone.
Oh, they kept
man.
showing him, and I'm like, I'm watching dead people. On
Oh
TV.
my God.
Rod Laver's my guy.
Now
Leave him
he's
alone.
old. You would say he was old.
He's in his 70s.
Yeah. He looked a lot older than that. He looked like he was in his he was 1770.
Oh,
Is
see,
when he was
you,
born,
You be
but-
doing the most. He don't look like the Crypt Keeper.
It's like the lady sitting next to him was just holding him up every time they put him on TV.
See, I didn't watch.
Oh my God.
Hey man, everybody's had a different COVID experience. Okay, Rod, this might be Rod's first time out the country in
Maybe.
good 2 years. Anyway, leave Rod Laver alone.
But listen, I think it was a lot of pressure for Novak, and he looked nervous though. Not nervous, but he looked like there was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And he even admitted that I feel relieved
Really?
now that it's over.
Oh wow.
And maybe not relieved at the loss because either way, but
Yeah.
I think just relieved at the pressure of that because after you've already won 3 and now the 4th one is here, it's tough.
That, I mean, it really makes you think about what Serena's been going through over the last 2 or 3 years since the baby, because every time she gets to the semis or
Her baby, not the baby.
no,
Okay.
her baby, not a rapper that mumbles.
Do you like the baby?
Not really.
Okay.
The baby's not bad. Lil Baby is he's far worse.
I don't really listen to rap music.
What do you
be
listen to?
honest.
Really?
Favorite music?
I like underground hip hop. I like R&B.
Okay, listen. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can reach. Okay, there you go.
All
Like
right.
like what kind of R&B? Like 90s
Yeah.
and early 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, old soul. I knew there was
Yeah, I
something
am.
different about her.
Oh god,
No, that's good.
it's great. I didn't.
I like you better now. I'll invite you to the show. That makes up for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I'm glad.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so that's the situation with Novak. Next up.
But tell them real quick why you're so happy that he didn't.
Oh,
get
because
it.
I hate Novak Djokovic. Like
Why?
he's just nasty.
Like as a
and-
person? Or?
Well, he's nasty. And then see, okay, wait.
like
not
how?
like Janet.
Oh, okay, wait.
Not like Miss Jackson.
And then also my favorite player is Rafael Nadal. And Nadal like has always beat Federer,
Mhm.
who's the other guy, and then he's always struggled with Djokovic.
Okay.
And then Federer usually could beat Djokovic, but then couldn't beat Nadal. So like they all kind of had one up on the other, but not necessarily on both.
Mhm.
And so Rafa should be at like 26, 27 majors right now.
Wow, did you
And
hear that?
What's that?
Oh, that was the timer for tennis.
Yes. We're past our time. We're past our time for sure. Next up, I wish I meant to send you this link, but the headline from college football this weekend wasn't what was going on the field. Wasn't, coaches getting fired, which USC's coach got fired. It was
Oh,
a
wow.
cat that dangled from the upper deck of
I'm gonna try to find the video.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'll talk about it. But basically, a cat was in like, I guess the he's like a stray cat was in the like netting and stuff of the upper deck, and the
wow.
cat like kind of
All right, here we go. We're gonna
Okay,
watch the
here it
video
is.
right now. So
Oh
the
my
cat's
God.
hanging there
he's hanging from like a wire.
barely, and you know how
Yeah.
cats are. They have 9 lives, but I think all 9 of these would have been taken.
Yep.
Oh no, he's gonna fall.
The fans are screaming.
Uh oh.
Oh my.
And
Oh,
then
no,
he
he's gonna-
falls.
Oh, they caught him, though,
They
in an
caught
American
him.
flag
Yes.
on
my
9/11.
God.
Yeah.
That's so.
There he is. And then watch. Wait for him to zoom in onto the guy that catches him. So everybody cheers. They catch him, and then the cat is like, "Get off me!" And the dude's trying to take his arm back. But that was during my Hurricanes barely beating the Appalachian State.
Wow.
I thought you guys were going to lose that game, and I was going to be very happy.
Why? See,
Because
why,
I like
you
I like when your
when
team
I'm
lose.
mad. That's cold. That's cold. I don't treat you like that.
Yes, you do.
I do.
What are you talking
But
about?
I only do it because I know you're gonna talk stuff. See, I can take a win and then you'll never know. You take a win and you gloat for about 3 weeks. Yes.
We know when you get a win.
Not really.
Stop.
I'm quiet. I keep them.
Because your wins are few and far between.
I know my teams are trash.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why
I
I
can
don't
gloat a little bit more.
No, see, that's wrong. See, I don't gloat. I try not to gloat. I try to keep it in house. We try
Because
to
my
keep it
Wolverines
here.
won.
Oof. But
And my other team, which should be my team because I'm from Vegas, but since they play like a high school team, it's always been hard. UNLV.
UNLV won?
No,
Oh.
I'm saying that's my other team. Michigan's my team because we don't have a good team. But
Yeah.
I had Tyrone Nesby here Saturday. He was recording one of his podcast episodes, and who do you interview that day? Was that Bibby or Sean Marion?
Oh,
Talking to
okay,
Sean
yeah,
Marion.
Sean Marion. Yeah.
So after we're talking about UNLV football, and we're talking about UNLV's whole state of sports.
Okay.
So I told him they're playing Arizona State tonight. They're ranked number 23.
Yeah.
UNLV's going to lose by 27.
Or more.
He calls me at 10 o'clock, and I didn't answer. Then he texts me. He's like, "Bro, UNLV lost 37-10. That's 27 points." So he experienced Quanstradamus for the very first time ever. But I'm right a lot, folks. Listen to me. But if I bet, I'm gonna not be right. That's why I don't really bet that much.
That's usually what keeps you in check.
Yeah.
Is because whenever you bet on it, it's usually wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But if I don't bet on it and I guess it, I get it right all the time. But if I bet on it, except my horse game,
Oh, okay.
I just won't say anything.
I'm
That's
going
your-
to make you shoot left-handed.
That's fine.
Oh, you can shoot left-handed? Or are you
What?
left-handed?
No,
No,
I'm
no.
not left-handed.
Okay.
But if I have to, I will figure it out.
Dang. All right. This is going to be fun.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Next up, we got our baseball check-in.
Wait.
Yeah.
There's a huge upset this weekend in college football.
Oh,
We got to talk about
Okay.
Ohio State
Okay.
and Oregon going to the OHIO.
Into the big house.
Listen,
No,
I'm
the
a
horseshoe.
I'm a Michigan. I don't care what it
Yeah,
is.
the big house is Michigan.
Yeah, I'm a Michigan fan. And so watching Ohio State, they talk so much junk all the time. They were ranked number 3. They were supposed to blow out Oregon.
They were.
First of all, Oregon, I always give them props because they always have dope uniforms. Shout out
God,
Nike.
they do.
And Oregon goes into Ohio State and handles them. Not like a 3-point win, not an overtime win.
Yeah, not a
They
tight
dominated
yeah.
them. And listen, man, shout out to Oregon. They looked great. And down goes Ohio State, which a lot of people were saying, hey, they can win the national championship. Not anymore, folks.
Well, remember also UCLA beat LSU last week. So the Pac-10 is now, that's 2 games versus big-time programs that people didn't expect them to win. And
Pac-12.
they'll be the Pac-10 for me forever. Sorry.
and a Pac-12 game,
Mhm.
Stanford and USC caused USC to fire their coach today
Yeah.
because Stanford went in there in Southern Cal and dominated.
It's
Wow.
this coaching game is not for everyone. It's not for the weak.
Not at all.
Are you ready to move on to baseball? I know we're
let's
not
move
going to
on.
talk about
Let's move on
baseball
real
too
quick,
long.
Real quick. A minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah. We don't talk about baseball much because my Cubs are trash and Quan only cares until October. So first
I
up,
don't care till October.
yeah, that's
I care. I've been watching a lot of baseball this year, actually.
because
I've watched more this year than probably the last. Well, I watched a little bit last year.
last 8 years combined.
Maybe.
Starting in the AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays are running away with the division. Honestly, almost the whole league really is pretty wide open in terms of who else is in second. The Rays are up 9 games on the Blue Jays and on the Red Sox. In the Central and the AL Central, the White Sox are up 12 games and 14 games on Cleveland and Detroit. In the AL West, a little bit tighter, but still pretty open. The Houston Astros are up 6.5 games on Seattle and Oakland. And then moving over to the National League, this is where it starts to get a little bit tighter. The Atlanta Braves are up 4.5 games on the Phillies and the New York Mets. In the NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers are running away with the division. They're up 14 games on Cincinnati. And then your division, Quan, the Giants are up 2.5 games on your Dodgers. After that, the Padres, I did not realize the Padres just crapped the bed. They're
sinking out of that.
18.5 games behind.
So crazy.
Colorado is 27.5 games behind.
But and that's not as surprising as the Padres, who were like right up there with everybody.
Yeah, for a good chunk.
For a long time, and they just fell way off. It just kept falling.
Yeah, they're not even making the playoffs. They're barely above 500.
So the Giants are going to the playoffs. So you have to start watching baseball.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right. I will.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Bryant, former Cub and Las Vegas boy, he got traded there because we gave away our old team. So you can watch him. He's a third baseman. Like,
I'll keep an eye out.
There
I'm gonna
you
start
go.
watching and
Okay.
football.
All right.
all right. We have we got some more show. We got some more. That's it for Around the World in Sports.
Okay.
I don't have any more world to
Okay.
go around.
That's it. Jumping into some pop culture right now, and we're going to get into the memes of the week as well. This happened last night at the VMAs. He didn't actually punch him, but he acted like he was going to punch him. But Conor McGregor and Machine Gun Kelly almost got into it at the VMA Awards on the red carpet. And I don't know what Conor is thinking mentally. Why are you going after Machine Gun Kelly? He's not a fighter. He weighs 110 pounds.
Soaking wet.
I don't know if like you're trying to get his girl, Megan Fox, or what's going on. But what do you think of Conor McGregor? You know, he got in trouble a few years ago in Ireland for punching an old man at a bar. He got in trouble for throwing a dolly at Habib's bus
that cracked and
What
broke.
is going on with this dude? Is he mentally okay? Does he know as a fighter he's not there anymore and he's trying to stay relevant by doing all these outlandish things to celebrities? What's going on with your boy? Because that's your boy.
That is my boy. I love me some Conor McGregor. It's getting to the point where I can't defend it, Quan. You know what I mean? Like when he threw the dolly, I was impressed simply because my man hurled a dolly, like feet, like threw it like this
into a bus.
It flew into the bus, broke the window. So that was impressive. It was a little unhinged, a little crazy.
Well, Nasi got shattered glass in a fighter's eye.
Yeah,
so
Rose,
Oh.
Rose ended up being messed up. Like she had to take a break from fighting, the whole deal. Like he freaked her out. But that was still impressive, Quan. The physical feat of it. Because I know I've picked up dollies and I've been stronger and I've never thought of hurling one. So that was impressive. When he hit the old man, I needed to see more tape.
You don't need more tape.
I needed more tape,
Dude
Quan.
is in his 50s or 60s and he hit him at the bar.
Hey, listen, all right? This is in,
what happened?
It's a drunk situation. Maybe my man
Irish people.
This is Ireland. So maybe homeboy got a little out of pocket, a little out of hand. This is a fighting culture, you know.
But you're a professional fighter. You know your hands are registered weapons. You should not be doing that.
I needed to see more footage. This one, all I can say is Megan looked good last night. Megan looked real good last night, okay? Like she looked Transformers good last night. So
Transformers.
Stop. You were about to go to Caitlyn Jenner. That was your next
say
thing.
Anything about Caitlyn
I already
Jenner.
know.
You
I already
don't know me
I
like that.
Yes, I do.
I would
1,000%.
I would never mention Caitlyn Jenner or put up any memes of Caitlyn Jenner.
You do it all the time.
Never.
You did last week with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't know stuff like that.
Wait. All right, I'm gonna talk about that. Quan sends me a post. Caitlyn Jenner and Arnold Schwarzenegger in a picture, and it says, "Never did I think I'd see a Transformer and a Terminator in the same picture."
Oh my god!
Listen, I just report the news. I didn't make the meme. I just report. I report on memes.
So that's all I can
Not
say.
saying I
Quan.
agree with it. Or
That's
not
all I
agree
can
with
say
it.
on Conor is,
All right.
Megan looked good last night.
That's all you can say.
That's all I got.
All right.
That he was fighting for the
we're going to
women's
go
hand.
to our memes of the week. And we'll start with this one first. Tom Brady is 7 years older than Aaron Rodgers. Juju, do you believe that? Aaron Rodgers is the one with the beard. Tom Brady's,
Oh my God.
he's 7 years older than Aaron Rodgers.
Woo!
Does that make sense to you?
No, I mean obviously no, but wow.
And that goes back to, does he care this year? Because I don't know if he does.
Maybe there's something else going on. You know?
Aaron Rodgers out here looking like George
Outside
Carlin's
of football,
younger son.
Wow.
As I said as I commented on this post when I found it, listen, that's what marrying up and winning looks like. That's what winning on the right looks like. I win. I've won titles, and then my wife makes more money than me, and I'm 100 millionaire. So,
wow.
I you know what I mean? It's all right.
Less stress.
He looks like he's having a good life.
All right, we all know Rick Ross, right? I mean, he's a big, mean-looking rapper, right? But standing next to the Miami Heat players, Rick Ross looked like a Make-A-Wish kid? What? So that's the Morris twins, and that is Bam Adebayo. Wow. Rick Ross, you don't look very scary. Does he look like a Make-A-Wish kid, though? I mean, that's kind of mean.
I mean, like I said before, Rick is... He's looking healthy. He's lost a lot of weight, but with that weight loss, he's also lost a lot of swag. So
I agree.
Just not good. Is
Must be the planes going over to the game or something. Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought that was you doing that.
No.
Oh, that was dope.
That's definitely my car. So I mean, they're going to the game right now.
That's legit.
And she's singing the national anthem. Gladys Knight is right now.
Yeah.
At the game. The planes just flew over our head.
Oh my God,
My
that was
car,
amazing.
my car alarm is going crazy.
Juju, you thought
I didn't
that
even
you
hear that.
Oh no,
I didn't hear his car alarm. I heard the plane.
Yeah, like
no, the planes were very
yeah.
loud.
I thought you were.
And we're
just
gonna
being
see them
funny.
on the TV in a little bit. No,
That's
that was
crazy.
wild. That was really loud. I thought it was 9:13.
See, that's dope. How queued
Yeah.
up, like how they queue those planes like that, because like
Yeah.
they'll be flying and then they're just ready.
Well, it wasn't very cute going over my studio. Thought they were gonna crash. Anyways, shout out Gladys Knight. All right,
Get it, Gladys.
Yeah, it's not a Make-A-Wish kid. Josh, pay attention.
Sorry,
Get
Gladys.
back to our show.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Something else at the VMAs. And Juju, I don't know you or your opinions or anything, but what do you think about men in dresses, Lil Nas X, at the VMAs last night?
I am a firm believer that, you do whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Would you date a guy that wore that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I mean, he's not dressing for
He's not dressing for you. He's
or
not
me,
dressing
so-
for me.
Yeah.
he's not appealing to my.
Wait. But what if that was your man and like you in a dress too? So it's like both y'all in dresses. You wouldn't let that go down. It's like no, you're not about to outdo
No,
me.
I'm sorry.
All right, Josh, what do you think? Does this make you want to listen to his music more?
No. He's had. I mean, listen. I have no problem with him being a gay rapper. I have no problem with him being gay. But some of his videos and some of the things that he's doing right now for clout and for attention, they're a little heavy-handed for me. So
Yeah.
All right.
if it comes on the radio, I'll listen, but I'm not
Yeah.
seeking it out.
All right. Now, next up is one of my new players, and I don't know.
Starting at guard.
I don't know. I don't know his sexual preference. I mean, it might be questionable.
He's got babies,
That
and a
doesn't-
wife.
That doesn't matter. There's
That
a lot of
doesn't
people that do.
matter at all.
There's worship leaders that do
At
too.
all.
Moving on.
Oh.
And they love their keyboardist. Russell Westbrook. Not necessarily a dress, but a nice. The sweater's actually
Pleated-
kind of cool.
pleated
if there
skirt.
was something else underneath. But what about the skirt?
With
Juju, what do you think? Would you date him?
No.
Dang.
No. But it's hard for me because I love Russell Westbrook.
Russ is dope. He's a
know?
he's a dope basketball player.
No, I'm sure there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, you got paid.
They're-
Or they're trying, or conspiracy.
I don't
theory.
know if you could pay,
They're trying
I
to
don't know
get
if
you.
you
They're
could
trying to
pay-
get all
but
of our
I don't
people
know
in
if he's
dresses.
that type. Like,
He's
I don't,
into fashion though.
Yeah,
So is
you
it
know?
just a fashion
I
statement?
think it might be.
Because I
Yeah.
don't think he's necessarily. It's not like Lil Nas X, where Lil Nas X is doing the pregnant thing and wearing the dress. So
I've never seen Russell dressed like this, so I feel like
he's had some very,
Oh,
He's had some questionable
I know
stuff.
he's very into
but not
fashion.
like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this.
Not in a skirt.
Yeah, I've never
Listen,
seen that.
Kobe
This is
had
some
his,
Dwayne Wade type stuff.
Kobe had his feminine his feminine photo shoot.
Okay.
But this is, I mean, he's got an aggressive V.
I actually like the sweater though.
I think
The
he's
sweater
still
looks dope.
keeping
It's a little
it
too tight for me.
masculine. He's still something about it is still masculine. I don't know if it's because it's Russell Westbrook though. You know, I might just be biased.
Yeah, that's.
I don't hate it for the fact it. You're right. It looks more masculine than what Lil Nas X
Well,
was
yeah,
doing.
but and then we know,
And it looks like a kilt. So I mean,
right. It does.
you have problems with kilts?
No.
Okay, so that's to me what it looks like. He almost looks more like a Scottish.
But see,
like if he had bagpipes, would you like it better?
see, okay.
If he had bagpipes, would you like it?
No. I'm gonna break down what a kilt is. So
Break it down.
So with a kilt,
Since you're Scottish.
someone could still be killed. That is like army wear. Like we will go and kill people on the battlefield in a kilt. It's a little different.
That's not what kilt means.
It's not what it means, but
He got killed.
But people can get killed in a kilt.
Okay.
Just saying.
Ms. Ball and D said it's New York Fashion Week.
Yeah, okay. That's Miss Ball and D. His balls is out.
Wow. Shout out to Les Pickett. Bring his number 18 resident. All will be forgiven.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about with winning. If they win, he can laugh at us. But
Right.
if they lose, he's starting at guard.
yeah. All right, now we're gonna go to who you got 3-on-3.
Okay.
This is gonna be rough. We have 3-on-3 team. Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant versus Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan, and Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna start with you, Josh. Who you got on this game right here? 3-on-3.
All right, so we know my hatred for LeBron. We know it. It's documented.
Yeah, it's documented
It's
every
documented.
week.
But in all fairness, a team with Kobe. So let's just break it down quickly. Kobe and Michael, they don't cancel each other out, but they're very close. That's very close to cancellation. Then in terms of, I'm looking at it defensively. I've got two defensive dynamos, whereas on the other side, you really just have Jordan. KD can help as a defender.
But it's 3-on-3. There's not a lot of help defense on 3-on-3
True.
necessarily. So you got to guard your man.
Okay.
And so with that, I feel like the Kyrie Steph thing,
Sure.
Kyrie's a better defender than Steph.
But Kyrie also ain't trying to pass. So
Ooh.
if he does break down Steph and then get somewhere, LeBron, Kobe, they
I feel
can
like
also
he was passing though to Kevin Durant on the Nets, and now if you have Michael Jordan there,
yeah,
it's a little different. You're gonna be forced to pass a little more.
it's fair. But I mean, okay, but if that's your matchup that you're going to, I still have two other people that, like, then at that point, then it's like, all right, what LeBron are we dealing with? Are we dealing with old LeBron? If it's old LeBron, then it does swing back over to Kevin
I mean,
Durant.
obviously we're dealing with
Prime? Prime?
we're dealing with. I mean,
Prime?
current. Can't deal with current. Kobe is currently.
Well, I mean, Jordan also the same thing. Current Jordan.
Well,
is-
he's a little better than Kobe.
Still out here
He's
giving
in
20.
better shape than Kobe.
I didn't mean to laugh at that.
Wow.
I was already mid chuckle. I hate you.
These are obviously them in their primes.
Juju, who you got?
Wait, well, what team do you got?
I got the team of Mamba, King, and Chef.
Okay, Juju, who you got?
That's my team.
Okay, you want to break it down? She's like,
I
want
just
to leave. She said an hour and 15 minutes. It's an hour and 23. Sorry.
No, I just it's really like if I put it's KD for me. It's KD.
Really?
He's the breakdown for me.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the breakdown.
Because LeBron can back him down.
Yeah.
Kobe can back him
that's
down.
The matchups.
Yeah.
And the matchup.
Your
That's real.
matchups start to, because okay, look, if I back him down and now Kyrie has to help, Jordan has to help. Now I got shooters.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Can't really
saying?
can't beat
Like
that.
then you can expose him that way.
Yeah.
If you can't expose Kyrie, because Kyrie don't play no defense either, so it's two people in that
I
team.
feel like
that-
he D's up Steph a lot better than Steph D's
Yeah,
him.
he does.
No,
we
that's
saw
fair.
that in the finals.
That's
He
fair,
does.
and he
We
ain't
saw
got
that
to
in
run
the
through
finals.
37 screens,
Yeah.
so that's true too. But
that's a tough game right there. I'm taking. I mean, there's 2 Lakers on this side, so I got to take my Lakers. I got to go with Kobe, but that would be a crazy game to watch.
It would.
Yeah.
It would be
That would have to be a 7-game series. You can't play just one game. You can't play one game of 3 on 3. No, not,
you're
not first to
right.
50. No big 3 there.
Shout out to the big 3.
Shout out to the big 3. But listen, Juju, we appreciate you coming on with us. Hopefully you will come back. Hopefully you liked us enough.
I did. I loved it.
Cool.
It was great.
And we'll
I had a
prepare
great
you
time.
more next time. I know, you got the notes late and everything, but this was, kind of last minute you coming on, so we appreciate it.
Coming in straight off the road too,
Straight off the
driving
road.
from California
road.
today.
Yeah.
Dope.
Next
really
time,
appreciate
I'm gonna be way more active. My energy is gonna be
No, your
Look,
energy's great.
a little more top
We love
tier. But
So
I
what's up?
felt-
Are you in season right now with the Empress,
No.
you said?
Yeah, we're not in season. We actually just won our championship.
Oh, I didn't know
Wow.
that.
July.
Girl, I didn't know you won a
Dope,
championship.
congrats.
Yeah, we won our league championship. So we're not in season right now, but we still have like practices. We still have like little summer leagues, that we are in.
So you stay active with basketball.
definitely.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. So when's the full season start back up? Is it a summer season
I
or?
believe it starts in February.
Okay.
March, February, March.
Dope.
But like we still practice and all that.
Yeah.
So
That's dope. Well, you will be back on. We'll be glad
I
to
will
have
be
you back.
back.
And we'll play a horse game soon.
yeah,
We gotta
just
figure
let
out
me
the
know.
bet. We'll figure out.
You can play this one earlier
We'll
because
figure out the
Blanca
bet.
is still waiting on.
Yeah, she's waiting on her
waiting
fight
on her
October
fight.
1st.
Yeah.
So we will do that. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in live right here on Unnamed Sports Show. If you're watching the replay, once again, thank you. And please share the replay and tune in every Wednesday and Thursday for Unnamed Sports Show. We are out. We'll see you later. Peace. Go Raiders.
I have no hate on Raiders.